Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone. We are here in the Big Apple. The city doesn't sleep, and we had to get Mr. Entertainment himself.
Oh, thank you.
Wayne, first of all, enjoying New York?
Right, oddly enough, my first time.
Mad.
Yeah, I've stopped over a couple of times, as in gone to Connecticut and had like 3 or 4 hours just roaming around doing nothing. But yeah, I've loved it. It's so tiring though. My God, it's tiring. But I'm all right. I'm still here. Still here.
Look, darts in Madison Square Garden. I know that you'd spoken about it before, but never been here. Now you've seen it. It's mad, isn't it?
Do you know what? It's really good. You get a picture of it, obviously, when you watch on TV, but it's a real good arena. It looks classy. It is. The atmosphere is great. It's quite intimate, which it's a lot more intimate than I thought. And I love that, obviously, being an interactor and stuff. But there's even where the players walk on from the side and down rather than all the way down, they're getting a few more people involved in the walk-ons. I really like it.
Look, the standard in North America, like we're doing this just off the back of Adam Savada winning. We can see that there is an ability within these players, even though maybe they're not showing it. How do we see the best of them? How do they get that out?
Well, the final was Jim Long, who's got a tour card. And Adam Savada, who was different class today. He was just better than the rest today. It's a bit like it's never changed. So John Part, to get better, joined he didn't relocate to the UK, but he travelled to the UK a lot. Damon Heta, Simon Whitlock, to get better, they've had to move. Of course, you can't commute from Australia. Well, you can, but you'd be a lunatic. So I just think these guys from America, Canada, wherever, they need to play. First off, get their tour card, and then play on tour. Easier said than done, but doing it is it's a bind, because not everyone wants to be a professional darts player. Some want to give it a go and see how it pans out. But the only way to get better is to play better players. So I just feel that right now they're going to be limited to a point. Savada is the dominant force. But when he played in the US Masters, he was completely out of his depth, because he knows that he was completely out of his depth. I think that it's all right being a big fish in a small pond rather than they don't like it the other way around. I just think Adam Savada and Jim Long especially, who's acquitted himself really well, by the way, in the Pro Tour, Savada can get better. I just think he's playing the better players more often. To do that, he's got to come to the UK.
With that, because we hear this a lot, especially from the Asian players as well, whilst we're on the subject of global darts, so to speak, that we've seen Man Not Lung, Lot Ling Lee have said, we can't take the risk because of the prize money situation. Is that something, and I know Barry has been dead against it ever since he took over the PDC, but are they going to have to look at that and make some financial benefit to having a card and so on, and maybe guaranteeing some money?
Well, it's an interesting one. It really is. These places have all got their own tours, by the way.
Yeah.
So they're all earning decent dough in terms of what was available beforehand.
Of course, yeah.
So the PDC are doing it right that way, but it really is a case of, look, if you think you're good enough, give it a go.
Yeah,
it really is a case of that. You look at Damon Head, I'm just using him as an example.
Well, the best examples.
The best examples. They took a chance.
Yeah.
John Part was taking chances. Dan Dawson's just been really rude. Go away, Daniel! Go away! What is that? What is that noise? Anyway, what is it? If it's an alarm, it's a very.
I think it's an alarm in Madison.
It's a very polite alarm.
That's a nice alarm in Madison Square Garden.
That don't we go to sleep. Look, I just think you can't. Barry's always called it a meritocracy. Look, if you're good enough, some people will take chances. Someone, and the chance takers are giving themselves an opportunity. And I'll go back to Damon Heta. Look, he's forging out a hell of a career for himself, because he was willing to take a chance, and he's fortunate in that his unit around him with his wife, he's been able to do it. Some people don't want to take that chance, so I don't know what the situation is with or how the situation can work if you don't want to take the chances that are being offered to you.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's really difficult. And to just say to someone up sticks, it's like, would I move? The tour was always UK based. Would I have moved? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I'll never know because I didn't have to.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyone that does, they've got my admiration because it's so difficult.
Look, we know that the PDC are making a massive move in North America. They wanted to supersede the ESPN deal, which is huge. How do we crack this? And I'm not talking NFL numbers, NBA numbers, but how do we take 1 or 2% of their audience and get them involved?
Well, it's just time. I think it's time. The tournament, like the US Masters, like the North American Championship, get it on TV. They're going to be watching the Grand Prix, watching the Slam, watching the Worlds. The more darts on TV, the more people that will fall in love with it. The more people that will play it, the more people that will watch it. This will all take time. Then it will become it will nick 1%, like you said. It might nick 2%, it might nick 5%. But the sports that are predominantly watched by the American audiences are the American sports.
Yeah.
They just are. Not even, I don't know what kind of viewership soccer gets. I've not got a clue. And I say soccer because it's football. We know that. But I don't know. If it can nick 5%, then great. And then the year after another percent. Before you know it, 10 years have gone by and darts is growing in the US. If it can conquer the US in terms of numbers, then we'll be laughing, as in the sport will be laughing. But it's just been impossible to crack so far. And don't forget the importance of soft tip. Don't forget the importance of cricket as well. These are all important facets of darts that the Americans love. As for them being a spectator sport, I'm not sure cricket is. I'm not sure soft tip is, but still tip definitely can be because we know it is elsewhere.
Are you excited for this period of growth within the sport? Because, like you say, predominantly it's been England and then we've gone into Central Europe and Germany. Are you excited for this global expansion that seems to be happening right now?
I am, because it's ESPN. I know that they have Sky Sports and other channels, but not big kind of terrestrial channels.
Yeah.
I know it's not always terrestrial, but ESPN has got a massive following in the US. And if that can gain some traction, then it could be the biggest deal that's ever been done in professional darts. Bigger than the initial Sky deal. And don't forget, when when darts first appeared on Sky, that was 1994. It didn't explode to 2005.
Yeah, I agree.
When the Premier League was the inception of the Premier League. So that was a 10-year growth. Why would it be any quicker now? It may be 1 or 2 years quicker now because of social media, but it might be elevated to another level, but I don't know. But it took 10 years on Sky.
Yeah.
So let's not think that this is going to happen overnight. It's not. I don't think it will.
Yeah, of course.
If it does, I would love to be proved wrong that way. But I really think that the deal that Matchroom have done, the PDC with ESPN, could be the start of something ridiculous.
Look,
in a good way.
Yeah. Look, the match play is on the horizon. We know that this is the one that everyone targets, but there are some big names in danger of missing out this year. Household names that have relied on this for 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a bit of a change in the guard right now going on. We're seeing Wessel Nyman shoot up the rankings. I don't know how to use him, but Dave Chisnall and Peter Wright slipping down the other way. It seems like a real shift at the moment. Yeah,
look, there's more good players. So these players that were very good back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I'm on about like 2, 3, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Things happen quick. You lose a bit of confidence, and you're playing people. They're all playing people now that have earned their tour card. Back in my day, people would just turn up to give it a go. And I wasn't one of them, I was slightly better than that. But I really think that now you have got the tour card holders, there's no mugs, there's no muppets, there's no buys first round. So if you're slightly off your game, which Dave Chisnall and Peter Wright and Michael Smith to a point through injury, no fault of his own, and others that have had off spells, it's hard to win a game. Once your confidence has taken a knock and you're normally in all these events, you miss out once. It's not that you're just missing out, it's that, just say it's the match play. There's then 32 players in it. gaining more ground on you because you're not in it. And if the wrong people win all the prize money, you're even further adrift. Then you start to push the boat out. Then you start to panic. And I know all this because I've been there.
Yeah.
And it's not nice. It really isn't nice. You end up thinking, I'm the draw here. I've gone from being like one of the elite in the world, which Chizzy, Michael Smith, Peter Wright have been, and there's others, to, they want to draw me. That fills you with no confidence, no nothing. You end up panicking, you end up becoming that person that's 5-2 up in a race to 6, and you're like, I can lose from here. You end up losing from impossible positions because you're not confident that you can finish it off, and you're confident that someone is going to come back at you and they've got more about them than you have about you. It's a really difficult situation, and the slide to be stopped is so difficult, but there are more good players than ever that are not frightened of you anymore. They're just not.
Touching on that slide, is it almost impossible to slide once you start missing? One, you might stop it, but when you miss 2, 3, is it almost impossible to stop it at that point?
Yeah, it seems like one's okay.
Yeah.
Like miss a match play, miss a Grand Prix that you might normally make. Or when I say normally, I mean every year. If you miss them both at the same time, as in both the same year, you're like, my God. And you're defending what you earned the 2 years prior. Then you can't defend it. Then it's a double whammy. But all those newbies that have come through, it's like a triple whammy. And then say you don't qualify for the following year. It's not just you missing out, it's everyone else overtaking you. Yeah, I'm going to say if you miss it sort of 2 years on the bounce, you're in trouble. Can it be stopped? It's not been stopped by many. It really hasn't, so it proves that it's really difficult. But when you lose confidence, you seem to look for ways to foul, if you like. And the system, like I said earlier, Barry calls it meritocracy, and he's right. I don't know the best system. Some will say that the ranking system isn't fair at times. I'm agreeing with that. You can't go bed the world number 6 and wake up world number 16. We don't agree with that. So, look, I don't know the way, but when you are on the slide, it's difficult to stop. But everyone has their day. I was 38. I was spent at 38. I went on the slide at 38. I wasn't the type to wait around and get beat anymore. The careers are going to be shorter because there's more players playing, there's more prize money up for grabs, and there's more incentives. You had incentives, you had money, you're going to get more professional players, and that's exactly what's happening.
An interesting point on what you said there, where you said you knew and you weren't going to hang around.
Yeah.
Peter and Barney are the two that I look at now that are legends of the game. Let's have it right. They are legends of the game that we love.
Yeah.
Are they in danger of tarnishing that legacy by hanging around too long, where they could both miss the World Championships this year? We might not see either of them on TV this year. And I'm looking at it from my point of view. I don't want to remember these versions of the two greats. I want to remember the Peter Wright that dominated the match play the way he did with one of the best performances ever. I want to remember Barney doing the same. Are they in danger of hanging on that little bit too long?
There is a fine line, but I don't know. I don't know how they feel.
Yeah, of course.
Because I remember watching Steve Davis back in the day, just giving it, look, I know I should retire, but I love this game.
Of course,
and do you know what? It's not about me winning, it's about me enjoying myself.
Yeah.
If they say that to me, and I believe them, and I watch them play, giving it, look, I know I can't compete, but I just feel like there might be something there, and I'm enjoying it. And if I upset the apple cart every now and again, and I have one last hurrah, then that'd be great. When I see Barney, especially, look so defeated, I don't like it. I grew up in my pomp, competing against Barney when I was at my best and he was near his best, and I'm thinking, this is just like, I'm so enjoying playing you, and vice versa. And I watched him, obviously 2007, then he won the Grand Slam against Michael. Look, he won the Desert Classic, Premier League, which I backed him in, because that's why I remember it. What a player. When I see someone not enjoy it, it's like, why are you doing it?
Yeah,
we know it's the financial game, we know it, but you want to remain sane. You want to remain healthy, mentally, physically. It's a shame when you have to hang on too long because of financial reasons.
Yeah.
I hope Peter Wright has done it right and he can walk away. I hope Barney's done it right and can walk away. Whether they can or not remains to be seen, but sometimes you've just got to hang the darts up and give it, do you know what, it's treated me well, but enough's enough. Yeah, it's a shame if they hang on.
We've got a few more before we let you go, because then...
I'm in no rush, pal.
MVG, your boy. We've seen some real upturn signs that a lot of people were questioning whether he could.
Yeah.
And now we've seen the World Series event, in particularly the Pro Tour, the 1-2-2 average and so on. The World Cup, he looked great with Jan in the... Do you think we are close to getting MVG 2.0 coming back, not to dominate, but to challenge and say, look, you two, I'm still here?
Right, this is what I've seen. This wasn't happening. So Michael's best is gone. Can he play at his best every now and again? Yes. And when I say at his best, I don't mean 120 for average. I mean like 104, 105, which is what he used to do all the time. When he won the World Series finals, it was 102 average all the way through. Looked $1 million. He's had some great nights in the Premier League, or he did have. In the World Cup, he looked $1 million as well. But he's also winning other events. What's happened for me, what I've seen of him, is that B game is still not good enough. He wasn't winning with his A game. Now he's starting to win with his A game. Whether that's because some of the others have he's had a bit of luck. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
He won one event where Vessel Nyman had darts to beat.
Yeah, the World Series finals in the first round.
You need a bit of luck. He may now be having that little bit of luck. That's what I think. But also that A game, when he needs it, is happening. But there's two things that are happening for me. And this is making all the difference. He's taken out these 72 finishes, these 64s, on double 16 and tops. If he keeps hitting 16s and tops, he'll be absolutely fine. When they go walkies, he can't win. And he doesn't win.
Yeah.
But his A game is there. Not all the time, not as often, nowhere near it. But when it's there for 2, 3, 4 legs, he's running away from people and he's winning big games. But those tops and 32s are going to be the absolute key to him.
What do you make of Luke, as in Littler at the moment, where he's like not doing any Pro Tours, and now someone's got into him and gone, you could hold everything this year, and he's like, well, if I win the match play, I might go and do a few. But what do you think of him taking that stance of, I'm not doing Pro Tours, first of all, and now that glory of, I could hold everything in a year?
Look, time management is everything in life, not just sport. You've got to do it right. You can't do everything. You can't work every day. You can't rest every day. Life doesn't work that way. To compete at the highest level, you've got to say, right, what's important? Right, the majors are important. How do I qualify for majors? Right, well, you've got to qualify for all the big ones, of course, but you do that through playing on the European Tour. The Pro Tours have become less and less important. The PDC didn't see this coming, but it's happened. They're very important for the lesser players, not for the elite, not for the hierarchy. But you still need to play in them to qualify for the Players' Championship. Michael van Gerwen last year said, I'm not playing, I'm not going, I'm going to have a break before the Worlds. I think Luke Humphries, Luke Littler, a few of the others have turned around and give it, he might have hit on something there. And if anyone's going to hit on something to give themselves the best chance, it's always Michael van Gerwen. There's not a cleverer dart player on the planet. The last cleverer dart player on the planet was Eric Bristow. That's how long you're going back. He gets it right. Whether he wins or not remains to be seen. And he didn't win come the Grand Slam. He had the break before the Grand Slam. Before the Worlds. I absolutely believe that could be the way forward for so many of them. But holding everything, he has to play in some events. He has to give himself the chance. Otherwise, it will be, why did I not? Why did I not? Look, he's won the World Cup. He now needs to win the European Championships. He's got the lot. But if he goes on and wins the Players' Championships as well, and he could possibly hold everything, that would be the most ridiculous, call it result, circumstances, whatever. Because you need luck to be fit for them all.
Yeah.
You need a bit of luck to win them all. You need a bit of luck to be in them all. For that to happen would be right up there with a golfer holding every major at the same time. Would be a tennis player. It'd be the most ridiculous thing. He when I say he, Luke Littler loves records. He goes on about it. At the Premier League, it was, I want to win 7 nights. No one's ever won 7. I want to do this. I want to do that. He knows about records. And it would be a record that Michael's never done, a record that Phil's never done. And it would be the most ridiculous record ever if he holds them all. He has to go for it.
What you said there was an interesting bit where you said the players might have gone on to something.
Yeah.
Flip the coin.
Yeah.
If these big players aren't at events,
yeah,
it's not great for maybe the fans, certainly sponsors that are paying top dollar to have their name associated to these massive players. Do you see a time in a scenario then where the rules could change and they guarantee the top 16 to be in these events to satisfy the commercial needs?
Right. I know Matt Porter and Barry Hearn, 2 of the cleverest men I've ever met. Of course they'll change the rules. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
I'm with you. I think it'll happen.
And this is going to annoy so many players and so many people. You have to protect your product. The product is the elite. Look, I'm not in it. It's easy for me to say, right?
I get that.
It's easy for me to say, but the product is the elite. This is no disrespect is meant to people outside the top 32, top 64. Do you think the Premier League is for the 71st player in the world?
Right.
No, it's for the elite. The Players' Championships, the UK Open, it's driven by the elite being there, the elite competing. Do people want to watch, and I'm not going to pull names out because that will be disrespectful, the 109th player in the world takes on the 107th player in the world in the final. Who will garner more viewing figures? Who will sell more tickets? Will it be them or Luke and Luke? It's an absolute no-brainer. It's a given. The PDC will protect their product, and if they don't start changing the rules, and Luke Littler is not at the Players' Championship finals. Look, they've even changed the rules for the Grand Slam. There was too many big hitters not qualifying for that. They've had to change the rules for that. They're doing it right. I would never ever question the PDC, because when they've been questioned, it's like we got it right or we got it wrong, and generally they get it right. Of course they do things wrong. Tell me a company that doesn't. You've got to look after your products. The players are the product.
Luke and Luke, this rivalry is developing into such a beautiful one where they just kick lumps out of each other and it seemed to enjoy it. Do you see them dominating the back end of the year the way they have the front, basically?
Yeah, I do. But we've got to be really careful with this, because I've seen it so many times where it's Michael Van Gerwen and Adrian Lewis. They're going to be the top for the next 10 years. Michael Van Gerwen and Gary Anderson, Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen, Michael Van Gerwen and Barney, Michael Van Gerwen and so-and-so, Phil and Barney. Yes, these rivals are all happened, but there was never one that was like that.
Yeah.
Could this be like that? Is it turning into that? Yes, but it needs to run for another couple of years. It needs to be, how many finals they've been in now? It needs for us to say that. It's like, how many world finals they competed now? How many times they played in Premier League finals? It's already been 3 on the bounce, by the way. We need that to become 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Then it will be these 2. Then it will be Rafa. Then it will be Rafa, Novak and Federer. Then it will be that, obviously, just the 2 of them. Then it will be no one can touch these 2. Then some other youngster will come through, and it will be one of you's got to go, and whoever goes, we don't know. But look, I believe that when they are on, the others, of course they can beat. And we've already mentioned Michael. What about Gerwyn Price? There's loads of them. Guillaume Van Veen. They can all do it, but these 2 do it more often than not. And they do it under pressure more than the others as well.
Mate, it's a pleasure catching up with you here.
I'm not finished. I've got so much to know.
Thank you very, very much as always, my friend.
Pleasure, pal. Pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.